Siu, thank you for taking the time to meet up with me today. Really appreciate it. Can you share a little bit about your background?
First of all, I'm Siu Lim, and I'm a mother of four. I'm a Chinese American revert, and I've been living in Malaysia for 10 years now. I'm currently working as a teacher in a tuition center which provides one-on-one tuition.
Do you like teaching kids?
Yeah, I like teaching kids. I have four of my own, so yeah, I find ease in teaching kids.
Tell me a little bit more about how your life was before you became a Muslim.
Okay. Life before I became a Muslim. Well, I was in university at the time, and I was surrounded by the typical university culture in America. I was usually surrounded by a lot of clubbing, drinking, sororities, parties, and at that time I was not looking for religion. I wasn't interested in any religion.
How did you discover Islam?
I had a Moroccan friend in uni, and he basically was a Muslim. But one day he just asked me, "Sue, do you believe in God?" And I didn't know at the time what to reply to him. My childhood, I've always believed in a God, but I didn't know what it was. I grew up as a Buddhist. I was surrounded by Christians. My whole life I was surrounded by people who had a religion, but I technically didn't know what the meaning of having a religion or being religious was. He didn't tell me very much. He only told me things about the oneness of Allah and what he believed in. At the time, I don't know what it was, but I was so enticed by the religion because it was such a simple concept, yet very beautiful.
What was the simplicity of the religion that you find beautiful?
The oneness in Allah.
When was the first time that you actually saw a Muslim pray?
I had a friend in uni, and he was Afghan. My friend Hussein was friends with this Afghan guy, which his name was Atik, and both of them basically were, they were both in their Muslim environment. This guy, I don't know what it was, but this guy, no matter where we were, what we did, he always prayed. And till this day, I looked up to him. To have a person be so strong, to be surrounded by people that weren't practicing and get up and say, "I have to pray now," was such courage and strength to me.
Those experiences that you had, it sort of created some curiosity for you to learn more about Islam?
Well, both of them actually told me a lot about Islam. I wasn't very curious, I would say, but I would say that they told me one thing: "Sue, tonight when you go home, if you love me as a friend, you do one thing for me." And I said, "Okay, what is that?" He goes, "Well, I want you to go home, and I want you to pray to whatever God that you believe in, and I want you to pray, 'God, if you exist, then show me.'" And that's all it took. And that's, as a friend, I did that for him. And that night I went home and I prayed and I said, "God, if you exist, show me." For the next 2 years, he sure showed me.
What were the signs that you saw?
I think a lot of things were revealed. I mean, at the time, I studied health. I was getting healthier, and it told me a lot of things that Islam stated. For example, in nutrition, it talks about pork being bad for you. That connected with Islam. It talked about fasting was good for you as a detox. That was connected to Islam. There were so many things that I in a Western mentality connected to this religion. Things just started connecting, and I think that's why I thought to myself, "Wow, this religion is pretty cool."
What was the thing that gave you the decision that I want to be a Muslim?
I think for about a year, I had accepted Islam, but I just didn't know it. I would fast when it was Ramadan, but I would say, "No, I'm not Muslim." I would try to pray. I would just do things to just try. And what happened was I started to feel a sense of peace in my life. I started to feel a sense of satisfaction, something that nobody can really understand unless they do it.
How did it feel when you took the Shahada?
I'll be honest,
Please do.
I didn't
Did
feel much.
anything?
I didn't feel much when I took Shahada, because I think also because I was practicing a little bit
Sure.
before.
Right.
It was that's why it didn't feel much different. What made things feel different was when after I think a year after I took Shahada, I moved to Malaysia. Allah brought tests in my life to make me realize, how do I say it in a nice way?
Take your time, it's okay.
The main thing that happened to me, which really tested my faith, was that I moved to Malaysia about 10 years ago, and 5 years into it, my husband had gotten a second wife.
You would know that polygamy is permissible in Islam with certain conditions, correct? But this happened to you. Do you have any regrets about it?
No, I have
Okay,
no
why?
regrets. I have no regrets what I went through, because obviously we all know that things happen for a reason. Allah showed me how strong my faith was towards him. Like, I don't think any other test or any other situation could prove that about myself. After going through such a situation, I was very proud of my religion. That, you know what, I didn't cave in. I mean, even though I was quite depressed in it, but because of what I learned in the religion, I didn't come down to suicide. I didn't come down to the end of I didn't lose hope. I was always taught in Islam that, you know what, when something bad happens, you've got to have faith. And without all that, without the education of Islam, I don't think I was able to go through what I went through.
Wow. Okay, that was good. Okay,
Okay.
alhamdulillah. Okay, alright. What's your favorite part in Ramadan?
I feel like Ramadan is like a high school reunion every year. You come and you start meeting everyone that you haven't seen in 1 year, and we come together not to compete, but to show each other our achievements in the religion, our goals. It helps us inspire each other to learn more about Islam and to be better people, to remind us about our religion, Islam. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Siu Lim, for
Okay.
sharing your experience. Thank
All right.
you. Wait, I wanna ask one more thing. Being a revert for 12 years, right? Being a revert for 12 years, being tested with one of the biggest tests for you, being in a polygamous relationship, and now that you feel that you have the strength in your faith towards the religion, I just have one question for you. What's your message for the people who are watching this video?
Yes, I do. Hold on, let me
Okay,
think about
this-
it.
this is
I
your
was not
best.
prepared for that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
So after everything that happened to me, and is going to happen to me, because, you know, life goes on with more tests, but I always want to remind myself and remind everyone else that no matter what hardship you go through in life, I want you to remember that you don't let anybody bully you in your religion. Through the help of Islam, through the help of Allah, you can go through anything. Okay.
Right, that is probably there's a lot of factors, right? You did some funny things. It's okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that and put that aside.
I know you're gonna edit this, so I just
Wait, oh, I think
it
the
wasn't
light-
recording.
I think